Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Imaginary Engineering. This is Kirti. In this video, I am going to cover all the basic MySQL commands. If you are new in MySQL, then this video is really helpful. And if you already know the MySQL, then this video will help you to refresh your knowledge. So I will recommend you watch this video till the end. Let's start. First we will see some theory part, then we will do the practical, and then we will solve the problems. That actually problems which asked in interview. Based on what we have learned in this video, we will try to solve that problem. Before we start, if you are new on my channel, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Imaginary Engineering. First we will see what is the database. So database is nothing but the collection of data or information that is organized in such a way that it can be easily accessed, managed and updated. In simpler terms, database is a software that stores the data in organized manner. Database can be relational database, non-relational database. Let's see the difference between the relational and non-relational database. So here, relational database is a structure, means data is stored in a rows and column format. And if we talk about the non-relational database, it is unstructured, semi-structured and data stored in a document, graph, key value pair. In the relational database, it scales vertically, means we add the new resources. If we need more memory, CPU, then we add the new resources in the existing system. In non-relational database, it scales horizontally, means adding the completely new server. Just adding the new resources cannot meet the expectations, so we need to add the new server. So this is scale horizontally. Then relational database, we have the fixed schema. In non-relational database, we have the dynamic schema. If there are many relational database available like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle. If we talk about the non-relational database, there is a MongoDB which stores the data in a document format. Then Cassandra, Neo4j which stores the data in graph. So this is the basic difference between them. First we have the DDL, Data Definition Language. It defines the database schema, which include the command create, drop, alter, truncate. These commands basically create, modify, delete database structure but not data. To deal with the data, we have the DML commands, Data Manipulation Language, which include the command like insert, update, delete. Next we have the DCL, Data Control Language. We have the grant the permission to the user. Then we have the revoke command, revoke the permission from the user. Then next we have the TCL, Transaction Control Language, which includes the command commit, rollback, save point, which deals with the transaction within the database. So this is the basic overview of all the commands. Then next we will do the practical. So let's start. First we log in into the MySQL for username. My username is root, then -p, then it asks for the password, so entering the password. Now we'll log in into the MySQL. So let me clear this console system CLS. Now let's start. Our first command is show databases. It will show all the databases which are present. Here it will list down all the databases. So let's create our database. For that, command is create database and database name. Here I am giving the demo. So show databases, here you can see our demo database has been created. Now next, if you want to drop the database, then we have the command drop database name. Now if I run the command show database, here you can see demo database is not present because it has been deleted. Let me create that database again. Create database demo. Run this command. Now database has been created. Use demo. Now we will switch to our demo database. For that, command is use demo. Use and your database name. Here we give the message database change. To see the selected database, here I have made the mistake. It is select and database, so it will show the selected database. Enter. Here you can see our selected database is demo. So next we will create the table in this demo database. So for that, command is create table name, and then we will provide the table structure. Here table name is a student, and in this table I want the column name, and which type is data type is varchar, size 100. Then we have the ID in type, and this will be our primary key that uniquely identify. It must be unique, and I want this ID is auto increment, so I am adding this constant auto increment. Then next column is marks, and these marks are not null, means we have to provide the value for this marks cannot be null. Then next column is city, data type is varchar, and default I am giving the default value for this city using the constant default, and default value is Pune. So we have created the table. So let's check. Describe student, it will describe the table. Here you can see we have the 4 columns: name, ID, marks and city. This ID is our primary key and it is auto increment. Then we have marks that cannot be null. Then we have the city, which default value is Pune. Then next command is truncate table name. This truncate command will remove all the rows from the table, but our table data structure is still there. We run this command, and if we check our table structure, describe and table name student, here we can see our table structure is still there. Table is still there, not remove the table, just remove all the rows from the table. Then we have the drop table and table name. This will delete the table and all the rows, and it will delete the table. If we do the describe student, it says table does not exist, means table is removed from the database. So let me create that table again. Here I am created this table, same table. Then we have the command show tables. It will show all the tables which are present in our demo database. We have the student table that we have created. So next we will see how we can insert the record into the table. For that we have the command insert into student table name. Then we will pass the column. Here ID is auto increment, so even if we don't give the ID, it will automatically increment. Then we have the city, and we have given the default value Pune. So for now I am just passing the marks and its value. Here I am passing the 80. Enter. Then run this select query, which fetch all the records from the table. Select asterisk from table name. Our table name is student. Here you can see ID is 1, city is by default Pune. If we don't give any city name, then it will take the default value. Now next I will just give the name column, and this marks cannot be null. So let's check if we get the error or not. Here we got an error as expected. This marks does not have the default value. We added the not null constant for the marks, so this marks value cannot be null. So next I will run this truncate command. It will remove the row from the table, but data structure is still there. Structure is still there. I have removed all the rows from this student table. Then next let's add the more records. So insert into student. I am adding the name column and provide the value. Let's say Pooja. one row is added. Now we can provide the more values here. Let's say name Vishakha, adding the marks 85, and also I will change this name and marks because that Pooja is already added. Here we are getting the one error, syntax error. I have made one mistake. We don't need to provide this value. Now 2 record has been added. If we check, select asterisk from student. Here we have the 3 records, 3 rows, Pooja, Kajal, Vishakha. So now next we will see the second syntax to insert the record, insert into student, and here we don't provide the column name, we directly pass the values. So let's pass the value name and marks, enter. So it's a column does not match. So basically in this syntax we can't change the column position. For here if I show you, first one is name, second one is ID, third one is city, and fourth is marks. So we can't change the column position. Here let's check if we get the error or not. First one is name, but here I'm passing the first one is a integer 4, then we have the city, and then we have the marks. As expected we get the error because this 4, so this 4 is basically ID. So ID is auto increment, so let's enter and check if it automatically add if you don't provide. No, we get the error. We need to pass the ID also. After the name we have the ID column, so let me pass the ID. Here it say Nagpur for column, so let's check the here we have the name, ID, marks, and then city. Okay, we have the marks and then city. So let me remove these marks and add it after ID, enter. Now query is successful. You can add the more values. In first syntax we can change the column because we can give the column name there. In second syntax we cannot change the position of column. So that is the basic difference between them. Now let me change these values, make it 6, and name let's say Kajal, enter. Now 2 records has been added. Select asterisk from student. We have the total 6 records now. We have the select query to fetch the records from the table. If you want to fetch only name, ID column, then we can do that using the select name. We can provide the column name which we want to retrieve, name, mark, city from student table, and here we can add the condition using the where clause where ID or not ID, I will say city equal to Pune, and let's add one more condition, add marks is greater than equal to 80, enter. It will give the 3 records. Here you can see city is Pune and marks is greater than equal to, let me remove this equal to, then we will get 2 records, marks is 90 and 85. Now next we will check, let me remove this, and city equal to Pune or city equal to Satara. We will fetch the record where city is Pune or Satara. Here we get the record all the 4 rows whose city is Pune and or Satara. So instead of writing this, what we can do, we can use the in, and we pass our city name Pune and Satara. It will return the same result. Here you can see both results are same. We will get the 4 rows. Now if we want to fetch only 4 records, here we can see we have the 6 rows right now, but if I want to fetch the 4 records, we have the limit, it will return the rows limit 4, so it will return the 4 records. if I say limit 1, then it will return the 1 record. Then next we have the alter command. This command will be modify the table structure but not the data. So first we will rename our table name. So let's say alter table name, rename to user. Now our table name is student, user. So let's check show tables. Here you can see our table name has changed, it user. Now let's change back to the student. So alter table user, rename to student. I will change back to the student. Now if I check show tables, now our table name is student. Now if we check name, ID, marks, city, we have these 4 columns. Let's add one more column. Alter table name, which is student, add column name, address, data type varchar, then provide the size, enter. Now if we check, select asterisk from student, enter, new column has been added and currently all the values are null. If I show you here, describe, we can also modify the data type. Here name, we have the varchar which size is 100. We will modify this data type for the name. So alter table name, modify column. Which column we want to modify? We want to modify this name. Data type, I will make it 500. Enter. Now here you can check, earlier it was 100, now it modified and now it is size is 500. Now next we will see how we can remove that added column. So let's remove that address column we have added. For that command is alter table student, drop column and column name. Enter. That column has been dropped. If we check, select asterisk from student, column has been removed. No address column is here. Now next we will see the update command. We will update the record. For that we have the update command. Update table name. We will update the city and marks of the student whose ID is 3. So let's update, set city equal to, I will say Mumbai, right now city is Pune. Then I will also update the marks. We will say 80, right now marks is 85. And we add the condition where ID equal to 3. If you don't add the condition, then it will update the entire table. So here I am getting the error, syntax error. We missed the table name. We need to provide the table name, update table name, set. So table name is student. Now query is successful. So let's check. Select asterisk from student. Here you can see the data is updated. City is Mumbai and marks is 80. Now next is delete command. This delete command will delete the specific record from the table. Delete from student. If you don't provide the where condition, then it will delete all the rows from the table. So better we provide the condition. So where ID equal to 5. I want to delete this student whose ID is 5. Total 6 rows we have right now. So let's check. Now here you can see we have the 5 rows. This ID 5 has been deleted. Now next we will see some aggregate functions. So we have the sum. Select sum. It will return the sum, and at sum we will give the temporary column name here. Then we have the more functions. We have the average, it will return the average. Here you can see 82. Then we have the minimum, maximum, it will return the mean value and max value. And max, then we will pass the marks. And for the temporary column name, I will say as max. Here you can see column name is mean and column name is max. Now next I want to count the student who live in Pune. For that we have the aggregate function. We can use the count. Select count asterisk. Asterisk means all the values from student table where city equal to Pune. Enter. Here you can see we have the 2 students who live in Pune. Instead of asterisk we can pass the city column name also. Now if we check the difference between this asterisk and column name, what I will do, let's insert the new record. Insert into student. I'm just adding the marks value. Let's say 70. Enter. New row has been added. Let's check. Select asterisk from student. Here you can see name is null. New row has been added. Now if we run the same command, enter. Now we have the 3 students who live in Pune. Let me give the column name city instead of asterisk. Still we get the same result. So next what I will do, I will remove this and we will count the name. So instead of city I will pass the name. Enter. You can see total we have the 6 rows, but here we get the result 5 because this null value is not included if we pass the column name. Now next I will pass the asterisk. Enter. Here the result is 6, means this asterisk include the null value also. This is the basic difference between if you pass the asterisk and column name. Asterisk include the null values also, and if we pass the column then it will not include the null values. So next we will see the like. We use the underscore and percentage. Percentage means 0, 1 or more character. Underscore represent the single character. So here we will pass. Here I have made one mistake. After the where need to pass the column name, then like, and then we will pass the pattern. So I want to find out the cities whose second letter is U. So we'll say underscore means single character, then second letter is U, and then anything. Let me rename this city. Now getting the error. Yeah, we need to pass that pattern in double quote. So let me pass that in double quote. Enter. We get all the cities whose second letter is U. Now next we will search the city start with the P. We get all the cities start with the P. Pune. Now next we will search the cities who end with the R. Here we get the Nagpur. Then let's run one more query. Here we will find the city whose second character is U. Here we get the Nagpur whose second character is U. Now next we will see ascending and descending order. How we can arrange our records in ascending and descending order. For that we have the order by marks. By default it will be in ascending order, and if we want a descending then we need to pass this DESC descending. Now this table records arrange in a descending order. So now in next we will see the foreign key. So foreign key is basically that refer the primary key of the same table or other table. So first we will create the table department and we will make the column foreign key. So create table department in which we have the column department name, which is data type varchar 300 size, then second one student ID. This is our foreign key, so we'll say foreign key and we'll pass the student ID because we want this student ID column will be our foreign key. Then it refer to the primary key, student primary key, student table primary key is ID, so we'll pass the ID. Now this table has been created, so let's check the structure. Here you can see student ID in key, you can see MUL means its foreign key has been created. Now if I do select asterisk from student, we have the 6 rows. Let's add some records into that department table. Insert into department values, first department name and then student ID. That one ID is present in our student table, then 3 is also present in our student table. Then I will pass the department name IT. This 4 is also present in our student table. Let me add some ID which is not present in our student table, then we will get the error. So we'll check if we get the error or not. Enter. This 8 is not present in our student table, so we get the error. So let me rename it to 6. 6 is present. Now we have the 4 rows. If I run the select query, select asterisk from department, here we get the result, 4 rows which present in our department, and basically this student ID refer to the primary key of our student table. Foreign key we connect the two table. So next we will see the join. First one is inner join. This inner join will return the all the matching rows. Select asterisk from student, then we'll say inner join on table department on, then we have the student dot id column equal to, in department we have the student id column, here department dot student id, enter. It will return all the matching rows from the table. So here we have the 4. So next is a left join. Let me rename it to left. In left join, it will return the all the rows from the left table and matching rows from the right table. Here we have the 6 rows in our left table. We get the all the 6 rows, and if the value is not present in right table, then it will become null. Then we have the right join. Let me rename it to right. It will return the all the rows from the right table and matching rows from the left table. In our right table we have the 4 rows. Here we get the 4 rows as in result, and if the values is not present, then it will become null. So we have done. Now next we will solve some problems. So let me go to the database. Here we have the employee database. So let's switch to employee database. For that we have the command use employee. To see which database we have selected, we have the command select database. Here you can see we are in employee database. Show tables. It will show all the tables which are available in this database. We have the two tables. I already added this table, so we can solve our problem. So select asterisk from employee. Here is the employee table, employee ID, name, department and salary. So our first problem is write a query to all department names along with the number of employees working in each department. So it says we need to find out in HR how many employees working in HR department, how many employees are working in marketing department, IT department. That's what we need to find out. So let's write a query for that. We'll use the group by clause here. Select department, count asterisk, it will return count all the department from employee EMP, table name is EMP, and using the group by clause department. Here you can see in HR we have the three employees working, IT we have the 1, and market we have the 2 employees. Now here I want to display the employee ID. Let's check if we can. So we are getting the error because in group by clause we can't use the other columns employee ID and other, we only use the department column and aggregate functions. So let me add the aggregate function average. Here we will check the average salary. Here we use this group by clause on department column, so we can only use the department. We can't use the employee ID and others, otherwise we will get the error. And also we can use the aggregate functions is allowed here. Here you can see we get the average salary of each department. Now next query is write a query to display the employee's name who have the maximum salary. So in here maximum salary is Kajol, whose is 70,000. So write a query, select asterisk, we will say employee, we fetch the employee name from employee table where salary equal to, here we will pass the inner query, select, so here we find the maximum salary from the employee table. This inner query will be run first and it will return the maximum salary. Then outer query will run, will check, select employee name from employee where salary is 70,000. So enter. Here you can see employee name is Kajol. We get the right result. Next, write a query to find the third highest salary from employee table. We'll fetch the salary column from the table. So salary from employee, we will arrange it in a descending order based on the employee salary. So highest salary will come first. Now we want a third highest salary, so we will put a limit 2 to represent the starting position, and 1 means how many rows we want to return. We want a third highest salary, that's why we put a limit 2, because first row at 0 index, so we want a third, so which is present at a 2 index, and 1 means how many rows we want a return 1 row, so for that 1. Here it's not name column, it's employee underscore name. Here you can see third highest salary employee is Amit. If we check, first is 70,000, then we have the 40,000 and then 30,000. We get the correct result. So if I want the second highest salary, I will rename this limit 1. It will return the second highest salary, which is 40,000. Now I want the highest salary. I will run the command let rename this 1. So it will return the 1 row. Yes, and first row is the highest salary. So next query, write a query to copy all rows of table. So let's create a new table and copy all the rows from the employee table. So create table, table name I will give the copy employee as a select asterisk from employee. Here 6 rows has been added. If we see in our employee table, we have the 6 rows. In show tables, and here we can see now we have the 3 tables. And if I run a query, select asterisk from copy employee, we get all the 6 records we have copied from the employee table. Now let's see the last query. Write a query to find the last 3 records from employee table. So we want to display the last 3 record, which is the 4, 5, 6. So select asterisk from. Here I will write a inner query, select asterisk from employee. We will arrange it in employee ID descending order. So we will get the employee 654 like this, and we'll add the limit 3 because we want to return the 3 records. If I enter, then we will get this 3 record, last 3 record, but it is in a descending order. If you see 654, now I want it in a ascending order. So after temp I will say order by employee ID. By default it will be in ascending order, so it will return the records 4, 5, 6 in ascending order. We get the records. So this is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Imaginary Engineering. Thank you for watching.